Recently, we made a video talking about is the UFC in a bad champ era, and to look back and reflect on some of the most exciting champions of the last 5 years from 2020 all the way till now. We're going to be ranking them in a tier list. Tier lists are back. We haven't had tier lists in a long time.
You know, we didn't need them. We were in a flow state of content. We didn't need to fall back on
Hey, tier lists are good though.
old trusted tier lists. I know the fans love tier lists. So.
I love tier lists.
Sorry, not the fans, the family.
Wow, that hits, bro. That's Fast and Furious type stuff. But yeah, we're going to be ranking them from S all the way to F tier. Who has been the most exciting champion in the last 5 years? Dylan, let's get into it. Starting off with Israel Adesanya. Now, this is an interesting one because Izzy has had some awful title fights. But he's also had some of the most iconic celebrations.
Fought Pereira twice.
I think what really drags it down for me are performances like Rob Whittaker 2,
Strickland,
and Yoel Romero. So it's like 50-50. And
I'm torn between B and C.
Interesting. Yeah, I was leaning towards B.
It probably will end up being bottom B.
Because you're not missing an Izzy fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He still had that aura. He had great walkouts. He was exciting. His whole run was exciting. You know? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry,
man.
no, I was already ready to move on to the next fighter, but I thought this was a champions tier list.
Okay, champions and Tom Aspinall, because he's the real heavyweight champ. Everyone knows that.
I think, looking at Tom Aspinall.
Wait, can I actually talk right now?
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you. No, actually I forget. Go ahead.
I think he's A.
Yeah.
I don't because I think a minute long knockout isn't exciting. In the same way that a 5-round, war late round knockout is.
It's also heavyweight, so the names aren't as big. You know, the excitement for a Tom Aspinall fight isn't going to be through the roof when he's fighting Jailton Almeida.
Yeah, Curtis Blades.
What I was going to say, though, is we're only ranking their title fights.
Okay.
You know
that's what I was assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Bilal Muhammad. Now, he's only had one title
F.
fight. And how do we assume his other ones are going to go?
Yeah.
Probably not that exciting. Yeah, I mean, he has hands like Canelo. He just doesn't use them. He wants to spare Leon Edwards. He's going to spare JDM. I think it's going to be interesting, the JDM fight. It's going to be telling whether it was partly Leon's fault, how boring Bilal was, because he did get that finish over Sean Brady. People forget, man. Stippy. Oh wait, no, this is Jan. I called him Stipe. I'm a casual.
That's okay. Stipe's right there.
Two white guys. Jan Blachowicz, not the best.
He's probably gonna be.
I think he's probably D tier.
I was gonna say D.
In my mind, there's no Jan Blachowicz fights that stick out to me.
No, you don't. Yeah, it's like, that Jan Blachowicz fight was awesome.
Yeah, it was just okay.
Jan Blachowicz.
It was just okay.
I like when I think of Jan Blachowicz, I literally just think of him like sitting there holding onto his opponent's wrists.
That Ankh fight traumatized you.
I don't know if I've ever seen this guy throw a strike before.
What do you mean?
Obviously, I have, but like
hey, he almost TK'd Ankh with calf kicks. Something Pereira could never do. Dricus du Plessis.
All right, so we have Strickland 1, Adesanya, and then Strickland 2.
Mm-hmm.
Strickland 2 was a pretty okay fight. Strickland 1 was better, and then Adesanya was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, Adesanya was a great fight, and then I guess that's it, right?
Yeah,
because the Whittaker fight was exciting, but that was before.
We'll put him C for now.
C for now.
But actually, no, I think like Sleepy Leon Edwards probably goes in C.
You think Leon Edwards is in C tier?
Those fights are not good.
No, I think D tier. Leon? We're talking about first. Okay, so when he won the belt
versus Usman.
He was losing, but it was a good fight because of that KO. Second Usman fight really wasn't anything special.
Yeah, it was. And then Colby
Covington was
terrible.
Genuinely one of the worst fights I've ever watched.
Bilal was terrible.
Bilal was terrible. He's D tier.
Yeah.
I think
after Jan.
After Jan for sure.
Yeah.
Now Topuria, he's had 2 title fights, Holloway and Volk. I think he has to be S tier.
Yeah.
Both of those fights.
I was already thinking S.
They don't miss. And I think going forward also you're not going to miss a Topuria fight. Mm-hmm. He's just aura, the excitement going into fights. The talent is there. The division is stacked. Well, his new division's also stacked.
Even more.
Even more stacked. So I don't think you're ever going to miss a Topuria fight.
Yeah.
Now, someone who... It doesn't feel real that this guy had the belt. It feels like this was a fever dream, and he's not actually talented. I don't know what happened in the UFC that Jamal Hill ever won the belt, but we got him here because he was technically in the 2020s. He only had one fight, and it was decent.
Well, he had Glover and then the Pereira fight.
True.
You get to count the excitement of that Pereira fight.
No, that was not his. That was not his doing. I guess maybe it kind of was.
Yeah,
because he did the build.
How exciting were his title fights?
So I guess we have to go. He's a stand-up guy, striker. Yeah. Maybe even a B tier.
Oh no,
C tier.
Yeah. After Drickus.
After Drickus. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I just think the Pereira fight was kind of,
kind of cooked.
Even though he lost. Johnny Boney Joni. Now, I can't recount all of the title fights that John Jones has had. There's been some great
Dominic
ones.
Reyes in there.
Wow. Hardcore knowledge.
Anthony Smith.
Yeah. I mean, he's fought everyone. He's literally fought everyone in the light heavyweight division for the last 10 years.
But we're only looking since 2020.
Oh, true.
So it's actually pretty mid. It's all the mid fights have happened post 2020, like post COVID.
So he has had Gone,
Stipe,
and did he? I don't think he. Oh yeah, he probably had his last light heavyweight Dominic Reyes fight.
Reyes. I think Smith was
Smith in there too,
maybe Smith might have been 2019.
It was,
but it's all kind of in the same boat of.
Not great fights, not Prime Jones.
Yeah.
He wasn't beating up Shogun Hua.
Here's the thing is I think that what Drickus has done is probably better. His fights have maybe been more entertaining. So maybe we pop Drickus behind Izzy and then Jones at the top of C.
Pop Drickus behind Izzy?
I think I feel better about that.
Yep, I like that. Next up, we got Khabib.
Only fight was Gaethje in the 2020s.
So how do we feel about that? The Gaethje fight was good.
It
was actually a really good fight. And in terms of excitement, it's Khabib.
Yeah.
I think it's and he's undefeated. That adds so much. You watch it to see if he loses.
I think maybe we go behind Tom.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. I think people will be surprised about that.
Yeah. They'll be like, oh, you guys put Jones so low.
Yeah.
Shut up, our list.
Jones is pretty low. He did get that KO over Stipe and a finish over Gone.
Yeah, but those fights were buns. They were buns.
And they're against buns people, too.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave it there. We'll get some hate.
If Habib was right here, right now, fighting Moicano, Darnoush goes and finishes Darnoush.
All right. I get your point. That's very valid. Islam Makhachev.
I almost want to say S.
Ooh, yeah?
Poirier fight was good. Charles fight.
Charles, when he got the belt, was goated.
Yeah.
Volk fight, goated. Second Volk fight, KO. And then Moicano fight, first round sub. He's S tier.
He might have to be above Poirier just because he has more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at us hardcores. We love the deggies.
Okay, Marab, this is the side of polar opposites.
Yeah. You have Sean O'Malley, which was one of the worst fights of the year.
Buns. Umar.
One of the best fights this year so far.
Maybe behind Drickus?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Good. Stipe.
Wait, so we're saying Marab is more exciting than John Jones?
In the 2020s, yes.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get so much hate for
That's fine. You cast you.
You haven't said clap off on me in a while.
Clap off on me.
Stipe Miocic has had...
How many of his fights were in the... Did he fight DC in the 2020?
I think it wasn't not Ngannou.
Oh, yeah, I think
it was Ngannou, and then the John Jones fight, which was rough. He got dominated in both of those fights. I think it's D tier.
Yeah,
low D tier.
But those fights were probably better than anything Leon Edwards has ever touched. So maybe even Jan too.
Yeah, Jan had. Yeah, Jan is so the Ngannou fight was memorable.
Yeah,
Jan fight was not memorable. Mm-hmm. But speaking of Ngannou,
I think he had the one fight and he left for the
That dude is just huge, bro. Look at his face. That's wild. But yeah, I think you're right. He had the one Stipe fight, which he got the devastating KO. Yeah. I mean, it's Ngannou. He's had one fight, but in terms of excitement, I think it's behind Khabib. Yeah. You're not missing an Ngannou fight. You know it's going to be, you're hoping it's going to be a vicious KO and not a Cyril Gane level performance. But yeah, I think that's fair.
All right, Charles time. obviously the Chandler fight where he won the belt. Amazing.
Yeah. Chandler, and then I think Dustin was in there too.
Yeah,
and then you had Gaethje.
Yeah, and then lost it to Islam,
which was still an exciting fight.
Yeah,
I think he's S tier.
Yeah,
bottom of S tier.
Maybe is he top of A?
Top of A, maybe.
I think top of A.
Yeah, title fights though. Those first rounds, bro. Those first rounds against Gaethje and Poirier.
But like the loss to Islam maybe bumps it down. You know, those guys haven't been in a loss.
That's true. All right, that's fair.
Sugar.
So he just had the Aljo fight for the belt,
mid,
and then the
knockout.
Cheeto fight,
mid,
and then you had the Merab fight, which was really bad. I'd say the Aljo fight was pretty good though.
Aljo fight was like, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was an Aljo fight, and then you got the knockout. Cheeto was 50-45, not competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Dominant performance, and then we had the Merab fight, which was just the mess that was.
Yeah.
Top of C?
Excitement level.
Sean O'Malley, John Jones, and Jamal Hill in the same tier of a tier list.
And Merab above them all. I feel bad putting him below Merab, bro.
That Merab and Umar is better than anything that Sean's done, and they were in the same fight. Would you rather watch Merab and Umar fight once, or Sean and Aljo, and then Sean and Cheeto fight?
Yeah, I think this is big disrespect.
No, it's not. We have him beside the GOAT. The GOATs, plural.
He looks like a skinnier version of John Jones with no beard. Alex Pereira.
He might even be top of S.
No, not top of S. After that Ank fight. And the I mean, other than that though, he's been in peak performances.
Because we don't even include the Yan fight, because that's not a championship fight.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so like the two Adesanya fights, both exciting. He does have the losses, so maybe we'll put him bottom of S just because he has the two losses.
All right, that's fair. And I think skill level wise, these two clear him so easily.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he gets the left hook KO, but in terms of like skill and what it means for wins, I think these two just have so much bigger wins.
Yeah. This is another sneaky guy that it's gonna be really high.
He puts on bangers, bro.
His 3 championship fights.
Glover, my favorite fight of all time.
And then the 2 Pereira fights,
which are really
bangers.
Yeah.
He's just on the wrong end of them.
Yeah.
Maybe behind Charles.
Okay, behind Charles.
Is that 2? Because he has the 2 losses.
Yeah, they're not. It's not him doing the punishing.
Yeah,
you know? I think that's fair.
Ooh, Funk Master.
Oh, no. I think he's F tier, bro.
Yeah.
I think he's worse than Leon for sure.
Because he won it from a knee to the head when he was losing that fight.
Yeah. And then he had the Jan rematch, which was very close. And then he had one more fight. I know he had the Sean O'Malley fight, but there was one more in between.
He fought Cejudo. Was that for the... No, that wasn't... Was that... I think that was for...
I think it was.
I think it was for the belt.
Yeah. Call us hardcore, man. We know the Cejudo lore. But yeah, he's never been in an exciting fight in his life except when he gets KO'd. And then even if you look at his other fights, like, it's not looking good.
All right, Strickland title fights. We have the win over Adesanya, then the loss to Dricus. Close loss to Dricus, dominant win over Adesanya.
And then another pretty clear loss to Dricus.
Oh yeah, in that fight. Maybe behind Jones?
Nah, this guy's D tier. He's so bad. He's genuinely so boring.
Jamal Hill's fire.
Yeah, Jamal Hill's more exciting.
Yeah.
He puts himself in more exposed positions to get knocked out, right? And then he's also just more powerful. Mm-hmm. Strickland ain't getting a KO unless it's against Abus Magomedov.
True.
So, point proven. I would say Stipe is more exciting in his title fights.
Okay.
You know, gets KO'd, I guess.
This is so broke. His losses are better than 50-45ing a top 50.
Yeah, well, what can I say? Glover Teixeira looking like a beanie baby right now.
Looks so pale.
He looks so weird. But in terms of his fights, he had the Jamal Hill fights. I think he had a Jan Blachowicz fight in there.
And then the
Yuri fight in there. He probably had another one that I can't remember. But he does put on exciting fights, but they're not top level.
They're Glover Teixeira.
I would say he's in the C tier.
Okay.
Probably behind Jamal.
He had that Yuri fight, though.
True. That carries that. there?
Maybe behind Jones.
Behind Jones?
Just to have him behind Jones. You can't just put everyone ahead of Jones.
Kamaru Usman.
Ooh.
He's had a couple fights. Not very many, though. He had the Leon Edwards 2 times, which he lost both of them. But
I think that there was a Colby fight in the 2020s.
Or the Masvidal. The Masvidal was in 2020, I think.
But those Leon fights were in 2022.
Yeah. So
there was 2 years where he probably would have fought some combination of Masvidal, Colby, and Woodley.
No, not Woodley. That was that's further back.
No, I think that probably was in there too.
No, it's too far.
The same 3 guys he fought like 10 times.
And throw Burns in there for the fun of it.
Yeah.
But
actually, I think there might have been a Burns win in the 2020s.
I would say that Kamaru Usman puts on consistently good performances.
Yeah.
And I mean, actually, that Masvidal KO was
very gnarly.
One of the highlights of the year.
Maybe behind Merab?
Yeah, I like B tier. I like B tier because he was dominant. You know, he was like, how is this guy ever gonna lose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, there's no. I guess he might not have been champion in the 2020s. No Max Holloway.
No, that was way early, bro.
Yeah.
Way early.
I always forget that he was. Yeah.
Volk dominated.
He was BMF champion.
Volk, though, he's had a lot of title defenses.
So the 2 losses to Islam.
Yeah.
The loss to Topuria. All great fights, just on the wrong side of him.
And then he's had
banger win over Yair.
3 Max Holloway wins.
Was those all in the 2020s?
Well, no, I guess not. But and then the Brian Ortega win was in the 2020s. So he's put on great performances every time.
Maybe right behind Charles.
Ooh, right behind Charles.
Which is with the losses, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think just the volume.
Yeah.
Like, this dude's had, what, 6 or 7 title fights in the 2020s? Probably more. And then our last fight, rip my boy, Peter Yan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is such a tough one to rank because I feel like when he was champion and in those championship fights, he was not exciting Peter Yan.
He was. It's just...
Boom! Knee to the head. Boom!
It's just not... Like, I wouldn't put him on A tier. I'm thinking somewhere behind Usman, maybe? Like, low-level B tier? Because his boxing is some of the best boxing.
Yeah, losing to Sterling twice, I mean, it's the fight quality. If Sterling's an F and 2 of his fights were Peter Yan.
So we'll go C tier?
Yeah.
Behind Jones?
Yeah.
Because if you look at his title fights, let me pull up his title fights real quick.
Oh, so we're going to the phone one time for Peter Yan. Not fact-checking anyone else. We're fact-checking Peter Yan.
All right, so his title fights were, so he won over Jose Aldo, which we didn't mention, and that was by a KO in round 5. So that was a good fight. And then he had the DQ, and then he had the, I forgot about the Sandhagen interim. That counts.
Oh.
That was a great fight, even though it was a decision. And then the Aljo loss. So I'd probably put him right above Jones because he's had more.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me that Merab is above so many of these guys, but
it makes sense.
Make it make sense.
That fight for Umar was like a 9 out of 10 fight.
True.
Any of those guys below him had 9 out of 10. I mean, Glover's had a 10 out of 10 fight, but but the rest was just stinky bum.
All right, well, that's a cooked list. If you guys have any notes on this,
we don't want to hear it. we do not care. We are on the last video of a big batch of filming before I leave. So any new news, we probably won't cover it unless Lucas wants to film a solo video.
Unless Topuria fight gets announced, I'll be there. I will be there, bro.
I'll call in. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for us today. Make sure you guys go down in the comments. Let us know, what do you think of our tier list. Please be nice. Don't be brutally honest. Tell us you love it, even if you hate it. While you guys are down there, make sure you're liking and subscribing. Appreciate all the love and support. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.